Good morning, guys. This is the reboot of the Recovery Ministry YouTube channel. Um, I have not been making videos, and so I'm living a life of honesty now. I have not been reading my Bible at all. I have not been connected with God. I've not been talking to God or praying with God. I turned my back on God as soon as things got tough, got hard. As soon as things stopped going my way, and as soon as I had to start fighting for a good life, as soon as the devil started back attacking and I had to start fighting and things weren't easy for me, I turned my back on God. I went back to my old ways of doing what Justin wants when Justin wants, and like straight addict behavior. I have not relapsed, but mentally I have relapsed. I've thought many a times in the past couple weeks of going back out and just throwing it all away. But because of the program I'm in, because of the house I'm in, and some of the guys that are around me, they kept me on the right path. They kept me positive, and they kept me thinking about the consequences of going back out and weighing my options. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth throwing all this away that I've worked for just for a couple hours of relief to then be right back in more misery and hell than I already am? So I'm so thankful for this program and the guys that are around me that are positive and that are uplifting. I'm thankful that the Lord is always there waiting for us to wake up and realize that our problems are of our own making. You know, when you stop praying, when you stop spending time with God, when you stop spending time in God's Word, when you stop sharing God's Word with people, when you stop living a godly life, then life becomes hell. That is hell. That is in hell. When you are living in mental torture because you're not being close to God, you're not living with God anymore. And we have difficulties in life. Hard times come. Things don't go our way. It doesn't mean that we blame God and blame everyone around us and turn from God and go back to the self-pity and self-centeredness and all the bullshit. We should instead fight harder for the good. We should get deeper into the Word, more often in the Word. Talk to God more often. Keep God closer. I'm bad about just giving up. Just saying screw it all and giving up when things get hard, instead of digging my feet in and fighting harder. And so I failed again at what I feel like is a test for my life. When things get hard, what was I gonna do? And I did what I always do. I gave up. I quit sharing God's Word on this channel. I deleted the whole channel, because I was blaming God. I was like, well, where's God at now? Like, he's been helping me all this time, and now all of a sudden he just forsakes me, just lets everything rain down on me like this. But it wasn't God. It was because I wasn't spending the same amount of time with God. I put money above God. I started working all day, every day. I started trying to work 3 jobs at one time because I wanted money. I wanted more money. And I started spending less time with God. That's my life became hell. And I don't know, I blamed it on God, and so this is where I wound up, throwing everything away. Thankfully, by the grace of God, I didn't throw away my sobriety. So it's not so hard starting over, where you don't have to start over from the very bottom of, losing sobriety and everything. So, today is the first day of getting back into the Bible. of back talking to God and the first video back for recovery ministry. And I just pray that this can be an example, to others. Like when you're going through hard times, when the devil is on your shoulder trying to tell you that, oh, God has forsaken you, your life's hell, God's not with you anymore. All that is, the devil realizes how close you are with God. He realizes how far you have came with God and how close he is to losing you forever, because you are siding with God and you are becoming a godly person. So he's going to start doing anything he can to turn you around and bring you back to him and turn you away from God. So when that happens, that's a sign that you need to dig deeper into the word. You need to get closer to God. Dig your feet in and start fighting. Start swinging on him. And, the Bible, faith, loyalty, serving, all those are weapons for spiritual warfare. And see, like, I used to recite every one of the, suit up with the armor of God for the spiritual war. But now, like, literally just 2 weeks of staying out of my Bible, like, I can't remember half of the stuff that I was able to recite from memory. The devil, like, fills your head with depression and fog, and you start losing it. So we have to stay in the Word. We have to stay close to God, and we have to remember, when things get hard, fight harder. When things get tough, get tougher. Say if you're gonna be dumb, you got to be tough. So, I have to learn things the hard way. I like to be bullheaded, so I gotta learn to be tougher. Fight harder. Anyways, so sorry that I stopped making the videos. Sorry that I stopped sharing God's word. That's not fair to others who the videos might have been reaching and helping them grow closer to God. I was thinking of myself again. And so hopefully now I've learned my lesson that when things get hard, fight harder. And, don't give up. And I feel like God led me to make these videos for a reason. And therefore, I had a purpose, and I neglected that purpose by giving up. So anyways, I'm going to start the videos back today. And today will be the first video for recovery ministry. And because this one ran so long, I'm going to start another video, fresh video for the sermon. Y'all have a great day, guys. God bless.